Hello students, in the previous session we were discussing about one of the type of the frequency test, that is Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. So in that deviation computation, earlier we have done this. We have worked on this formula by taking an example. So two values to be taken. One is called as d plus and other one is called as the d minus. So d plus is, as per the formula, it is obtained by I by n minus Ri, and d minus, which is obtained as Ri minus I minus 1 divided by n. So how to compute this and all, please go through the previous video. Okay, just recall the previous video and all once again. Then the final deviation, step 3. So step 3, step 4 and step 5 were pending. So let us discuss about that. The final deviation is computed as the maximum value among these two. Please check the pointer. We'll be getting one we'll be getting a set of values with respect to d plus. With respect to d minus, we'll be getting set of values for all the random numbers. Okay, among them, here you have to choose the maximum one, and d minus also you have to choose the maximum one among the group. Then final deviation is computed as d equal to, out of these two chosen value, whichever is the maximum, you have to select that. With respect to our previous example, let us see how to. So go through the statements carefully. Hope it is visible. If not, you please refer to the screenshots what I have shared already. Okay, the calculations in the previous table what we have considered. Okay, where the empirical cumulative distribution function CDF Sn of x is compared to the uniform CDF. Okay, the expected one and the obtained one are compared. Uniform CDF is f of x. It can be seen that d plus is largest deviation. Okay, better let us observe this. So this is table 7.2 after calculation. Okay, I have explained about the calculation in the previous video. Please refer to my previous video. So in minus I divided by n minus Ri, this is equal to d plus. Okay, d minus is nothing but Ri minus I minus 1 divided by n. This is d plus. Check the pointer. This is d plus and this one is d minus. Okay, just observe the row, that is row number 3, that is for d plus. Which one is maximum value? You have, as per the formula, maximum one you have to choose, right? So 0.26 is the maximum value. And check the next row, that stands for d minus. Look for the maximum value. Which one is maximum? 0.21 is maximum value. Please try to understand. We are selecting only the maximum value. Maximum value from row number 3 is 0.26 and maximum value from row number 4 is 0.21. Okay, so that is maximum of max of d plus and d minus. So out of these two, which is maximum? You tell. 0.26 and 0.21 are compare these two value. Out of these two, 0.26 is maximum. Same thing is explained over there. Just refer to the statement. Okay, d, it can be seen that d plus is largest deviation of Sn of x above f of x, because f of x is computed as uh, that is 0.26. Sorry, d minus is computed. Okay, d plus and d minus 0.26. D plus is largest and d minus is the largest deviation of Sn of x below f of x. For example, at R3, the value d plus is given as, see, at R3 d plus is given as 0.16 as per the calculation. So 0.16, just look for that. See, this is d plus at R3, 0.16. Okay, please observe the value, refer the statement carefully. And d minus given by R3, which is 0.04. Please try to compare these values. D plus, this is d plus, and d minus at R3. Okay, d plus is 0.16 and d, see the difference, d minus is 0.04. Concentrate on the pointer. Refer to the next statement. Although the test statistic d is defined by equation 3, that is maximum of d plus and comma d minus, okay, as the maximum deviation over all the parameters, that is x, It can be seen from figure 7.2, the previous diagram, that the maximum deviation will always occur at ones of jump points r1, r2. Thus, the deviation at the other values x need not to be considered. So, as per this test, we are considering only the maximum deviation value. At other points, deviation values are ignored. Please try to understand. So we are accessing to the maximum value. So maximum deviation that can uh, actually tell the difference between the uh, practical one and theoretical one, the expected value and practically obtained value. Please try to understand this. Okay. Please watch the video again. If you are not understanding, watch the video. Refer to this entire statement. Okay. The critical value of D, which is obtained as per the question, it is given that point alpha value is 0.05. Okay. This is given as per the question. Please refer to the question by watching the previous video. So here is the comparison chart for f of x and Sn of x, that is uh, theoretical one as well as the expected one as well as the practically obtained one. Okay, the cumulative probability between a 0 to 1 is given. 0 to 1, this is the probability value on y-axis, and on x-axis we have got the random number values r1, r2, r3. As you can see, r1, r2, r3, r4 and r5. 5 random number values are given over there. Fine. So you refer to this particular diagram, table. This is r1, check the pointer, r2, r3, r4 and r5. Observe the value carefully: 0.05, 0.14, 0.44, 0.81 and 0.93. So locate them. 0.05 somewhere. Okay, somewhere here r2 we have 0.14, so less than 0.2. Then r3 value, check in the table, r3 value is 0.44, 0.44, somewhere r3 is located over here. Please concentrate. Then r4 value 0.81, 0.81, it is located here, r4 next to 0.8, and r5 which is 0.93, close to 0.1, sorry 1.0 it is written. So just before 1.0 r5 is located. Okay, and here on y-axis, what are the points to be taken? Please concentrate. On y-axis, the points to be taken, which are that is I divided by n value, probability value. Probability value, so I divided by n. Value of I here is what? Total number of random number generated is 5, that is n. What is I here? I is the ID of the random number. ID of the first random number is 1, second random number is 2, 3, 4 and 5. Please recall the things which you have learnt in the previous session. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1 divided by 5. You will get 0.2. 2 divided by 5, 0.4. 3 divided by 5, 0.6. 4 divided by 5, 0.8. And 5 divided by 5, 1.0. These values you are getting. Please concentrate. Probability value you are getting as 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1.0. Isn't it? So same thing to be located on y-axis, because y-axis represents the probability, cumulative probability. So 0.2, please concentrate here. Concentrate on the pointer. 0.2 is represented for the first random number. Okay, for the first random number, on top of first random number, what is the value? 0.05. On top of 0.05, x-axis value is 0.05. Hope it is visible, right? This is x-axis value 0.05, y-axis value should be 0.2. Just concentrate here, 0.2. Fine. Then second random number generated is 0.16, I think. Let us see, 0.14, sorry, 0.14. What is the probability? Probability is 0.40, right? 0.14 somewhere over here we have, and 0.20. Locate the pointer. Okay, watch the pointer. Next random number, what is the next random number? Check. Next random number is to be plotted on x-axis, 0.44. Probability is 0.6. This is the x parameter, this will be the y parameter. And all the cases it is same. This will be x parameter, this is y parameter. X and y. Then you can say it x3, y3, x4, y4 and x5, y5. check 0.44 somewhere over here 0.44 and y is 0.4, concentrate here. Okay, then next random number is 0.81 and probability value is 0.6. Observe here 0.81 and 0.6. Then we have 0.93, 0.81 and 0.93, isn't it? 0.81 and 0.80 x and y parameters, so 0.81 and 0.80, observe here. Okay, then what is there? Last one 0.93 and 1.0, 0.93 and 1.0. Please concentrate 0.93 and 1.0. Okay, just observe these values, identify the x and y parameter, you will understand. Fine. So next values represents, watch them carefully. Sorry. See d plus value and d minus value. Watch it carefully. D plus and d minus. What is d plus value? 0.15. What is d minus value? 0.05. Okay. Total probability is 0.20. So how it is represented? It is represented as follows. The thing is, you have to draw a line, okay, by identifying the points. Which points? This is important. So on d minus, take 0.05 displacement. Out of 20, if 0.05 is taken, what is remaining? 0.15 is remaining. It will be there on the other hand. So this area, please concentrate on the pointer. This area will be considered as the d plus value deviation, and this is the d minus value of deviation, right? Similarly, check for the next value. See next, that is for second random number R2, we have d plus value is 0.26 and there is no d minus value. Try to understand. So lower part there is nothing, upper part displacement or deviation should be 0.26. Observe, from here to here the displacement value or is 20, because 0.2 to 0.4, what is the displacement available? Displacement available is 20 points, isn't it? Plus additional 6 points will be there over is for the deviation. So total 26 points to be considered between this point and here while drawing the straight line. Okay, please concentrate. Earlier what we did, some portion of the graph you have plotted that falls under d plus and d minus. So that d minus value that is obtained as per the table what we have written. So d plus value obtained was 0.15, this portion. Okay, d plus value positive half, and negative half is which falls below the line which you are going to plot from origin, d minus 0.05. And for the second, please observe, there is no value generated. Actually negative value generated, we ignored it, we put dash mark. No value generated with respect to d minus, only d plus we have as 0.26. See 0.26 value, that displacement points to be taken. Here to here the displacement point will be 20 plus remaining should be added while plotting the straight line from origin. Next, take the next parameter 0.16 and 0.04. D plus value is 0.16 and d minus value will be 0.04. That is for the which one? Random number. That is for the random number 3, R3. Okay, check for R3. So 0.44. Observe it carefully. So below the line, please observe carefully, total displacement value is 20. From here to here it is 20 points. So above the line, that is d plus value should be 0.16. This is the displacement value. Okay, deviation part of d plus, that is 0.16. What is remaining? 0.04 is altogether 20 points, isn't it? 0.04 is remaining. So in this way, just plot a point over here. Your straight line should pass through this point. That's it. Then go for the next one, fourth random number. Fourth random number, please observe, for d plus there is nothing, since we got the negative values we ignored it. D minus should be 0.21. So 0.21 d minus, this is the fourth random number value. Okay, just plot the point. So while drawing the curve you have to make sure that, sorry, while drawing the straight line you have to make sure that it should not pass through this part of the graph. Which part? See, random number we have considered, that graph we have plotted for random number 4. From here till here the displacement points are 20 plus 1, here you will be getting 21 approximately. So this will be passing through the point, that is 0.21 for the fourth random number, d minus part. It is d minus part only. Please try to understand, the whatever is there on top of the straight line we are considering as d plus part, and whatever there on bottom of this or below that line will be the d minus part only. So this is there. Observe the pointer. So this part of the graph which falls below the straight line you are going to plot, right? So this is the d minus part only. And fifth one, d plus is 0.07, d minus is 0.13. D plus, so straight line, above the straight line 0.07, sorry, 0.07 0.07 points should be taken, part should be taken. So total altogether there are 20 points. Out of 20, 7 points should be taken on top position, that is d plus part, and 0.13, that is 13 points should be taken on bottom of the straight line. Okay, here you can find that this is total altogether there are 20 points. 7 points are taken on top, that is d plus part, and 13 points are taken below, that is d minus part. Hope you are understanding the concept. If you are not understanding, try to draw the graph on your own. It is very simple. See, we are drawing the graph by considering this is x parameter. Oh, the first row is x parameter, second row is y parameter. Okay, third and fourth row values are nothing but r plus and r minus. So in third row, parameter should be come on top position of the straight line which you are going to plot from the origin, and fourth row value should become on bottom position of the straight line. Okay, which you are going to which you are going to, like a diagonal which you are going to plot from origin, okay, to the last point. Please watch the video again. If you have any doubt, you ask. This is all about the frequency, first type of the frequency test, that is Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. Let us continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you.